Hey YouTube, welcome back. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday so far. Thanks for checking out another episode. We are now, as you guys are watching this, we are 1 day away from free agency, which means here pretty soon, teams should be releasing what they're doing with their rosters, who they're signing, who's going where. So I'm super pumped for those to come out. Believe that when we get all of the final rosters, we're going to go ahead, we're going to take a look at how they performed, where they're going, what things look like. I can't wait to see what's actually happening. I think that there's probably going to be one or two teams that do surprise us a little bit. But without further ado, today's video, I want to go ahead and I want to take a look at what the devs are doing to support the competitive gameplay that you'll be seeing in Black Ops Cold War. So obviously we know over the last 12 months, the support that we've gotten from the devs over at IW hasn't been the best. They've clearly been focused on just getting as many people involved in their game as they possibly can, which is why at the beginning, before anybody even played Modern Warfare, there were interviews of like Joe Cot saying, we want to make sure that there are safe places. And that's the reason why the time to kill is so fast, because a faster time to kill means that worse players have a better chance of getting a kill. But that seems to be a little bit different when it comes to Black Ops Cold War. So this came from Tony Flame, who is a dev at Treyarch. And he mentioned this. This is kind of what everybody's talking about at the moment. But he said, damage Flinch has been redesigned in Black Ops Cold War. Flinch is now primarily a feedback mechanism to help you understand that you're taking damage without affecting the aim position of your weapon. Your weapon will move with your screen to stay on target. No more flinch headshots. So before we actually talk about this, I want to make sure that you guys understand exactly what that is saying. So we have this tweet from Exclusive Ace that says lots of people have expressed concern, and rightfully so, about how high the headshot multiplier is in Cold War due to flinch, but it turns out there's little to no flinch when shot as far as I can tell. The deeper I look, the more I'm seeing a really solid gameplay foundation. So this is a clip where he shows him getting shot and being in a gun battle. So real quick, let's just take a look at kind of what happens here. As we press play, you can see that he is hitting his target while he is also getting hit. And as that was happening, if that was to happen in Modern Warfare, somebody's going to get a fluke gun battle win right there, because essentially what happens is you're shooting them in the chest. Flinch means that your gun is going to start shooting up, and whoever just gets lucky, it's normally the person that shoots first is the one that actually ends up losing that gun battle. We see this all the time, especially in gulags in Warzone. But again, I want to play this again just real quick so you can see this, but he is hitting them in the chest. He's obviously also getting hit in the chest, and while he's getting shot, you can see that this never moves away from that player's chest, and that just makes for really good competitive gameplay overall. Another thing that I want to mention here is that while the headshot multiplier does seem to be pretty high on a lot of these guns in Black Ops Cold War, that's not the end of the world, because now you'll actually be rewarded for aiming for the head and for getting headshots, whereas you could just simply easily luckily get one when it comes to Modern Warfare. That's not quite going to be the case. I can't tell you how many times it's been like a sniper rifle ghoulie in Warzone. I've shot somebody in the chest, I've hit them first, and I watched the kill cam where because I hit them first, they hit me just a fraction later. They were aimed right at my chest, but because I hit them first, it raised their reticle just a little bit, which resulted in a headshot for them. I ended up dying, even though I got the first shot on target. It just didn't end up going that way. One other thing, a little piece of support here for the competitive field, he also goes on to say this. He says the Black Ops Cold War score streak system incentivizes a greater range of play styles. So if you've been following what's going on with score streaks, you probably know by now that when it comes to Black Ops Cold War, your score streaks aren't going to reset. So the way that it's been in basically every game, it's either you get streaks based on how many kills you get, or in a lot of the Black Ops games, you can get kills and you can capture, right? So it's based on the score that you're earning, not just how many kills you're getting. So in this one, those don't reset. But as he explains here, earn low tier streaks by contributing your part to a team victory. but to afford the juicy high-end streaks, you still need to rack up multiple kills in the same life to earn that streak bonus. So essentially what he's saying is that you can go ahead, you can just get a couple kills and hop on a bunch of flags, and when you do that, you're going to earn those lower tier streaks for your team. But a lot of people are thinking that you'll just play the game and basically by the end of the game, everybody's going to have a chopper gunner. That's not how it works. You still have to go on those large streaks while capping flags and doing stuff for your team in order to earn those large streaks. It's just you don't have to be focused so much on, okay, I'm on a 7 streak. Hopefully I can get 3 more kills so I can get to that 10 streak or whatever number it is. So I do like this change, but the one thing that I wanted to focus on is there's a reply here from Cedric Osley that says, is this system going to be the same for competitive? I believe the OG streak system would be much better for league. To which Tony says, we are still developing the final competitive rule set. We'll be able to speak more on this soon. So one part about this is that I really like the fact that they're not just saying, you know what, this is what we're going with this year and everybody's going to use it. This is what Treyarch does so well, is that they're actually taking the competitive rule set into consideration and would this be the best thing for competitive, or how do we alter this? So I'm hoping personally that we get to see score streaks again in competitive gameplay, because it just makes for, say somebody goes on like a 7 spree and goes absolutely mad and gets a 7 streak, gets a flag cap, and all while doing that they're able to earn like a lightning strike. I just love the fact that it puts one more little quirk into the equation, and say they need to break a hill down towards the end, they can then use that kill streak that they've earned to flip the map, earn that hard point, and then hopefully, or maybe that ends up helping them win the game. I don't know. I just think that it adds a little bit, a tiny bit more excitement overall, because again, it's not like you're just being given this. You do have to do something to earn it. So I don't know. We'll see if they change it. Maybe for competitive, they just say, all right, a lightning strike is 5 and a predator missile is 6 kills. And so maybe they just change it entirely for that one playset. But this just gives me a little bit of hope, because at least they're looking into it. So I really like that part of it. A couple other things, anything on this so far when it comes to the competitive rule set, put it down below in the comments. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. 1 or 2 more things that I want to cover. It does seem like, and I know you're probably pretty sure that Dashy's going to Chicago, but if we look at Andy Miller, who is the co-CEO of NRG, the parent company of the Chicago Huntsmen, and if you're just to take a peek at who he follows, his most recent follow is Dashy. So I don't know what that means, right? He could just be, you know, this is another player that's getting a lot of talk around the league, so I'm just going to go ahead and follow him. But there seems to be a lot of play on this when it comes to the competitive COD subreddit and stuff like that. So I don't know. By now, it's basically a done deal, at least. I know it's not official, but that's kind of what people are thinking. Just wanted to make sure that we were covering that. Another thing that might be happening is, it seems like GodRx might have found a home somewhere. He just says in due time with the kind of like quiet face that you see. So I don't know. I would like to see him land somewhere. I don't know if it's just super vague, if it has a meaning to it or what, but he just seems like he's there for the team, and he might be a little bit of a slower player, but in a 4v4 meta, that's not going to hurt you all that much, because you do need a dominant AR. And towards the beginning of the year, we all know how well he played in Modern Warfare. Last but not least, we can't leave with a little bit of a joke and a shot at Octane. So Enable was in today's gunfight tournament, or yesterday's gunfight tournament, the 1v1s. It was the All-Star weekend. He says, I get a guaranteed $1,000 for today's tournament. So I've officially made more money in prize earnings than Octane. And this is just a little bit of a stab at him, right? So he said, why would you say such a thing? This day was going so well. So I don't know. I just wanted to point it out there. Obviously, Octane had so much in fines this year. Seattle didn't have a ton of prize money. So nice little shot there. But at least at the end of the day, while everything's being reset, they can kind of step back. They can talk about it a little bit. They can laugh and joke around. And that's what we're here for in the end, right? So with that, guys, thank you so much for checking out another episode. Anything that you're thinking about this competitive stuff that we've talked about, put it down below. I'm interested to see what you guys have in this. Make sure you leave a like before you head on the way. It really helps out the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And with that, thank you guys so much. We will see you in tomorrow's upload.